Well, good morning. It is Thursday, March 30th. I've done a few more things to this since my last video. The bigger tires, I don't know. There was a combination of a couple different problems going on. I just wasn't getting the bottom end that I really want this thing to be able to do. I want it to reliably be able to scoot around the trails, and there's some inclines, and there's some mud holes, and this thing should be able to spin the tires a little bit so it can power through some of the mud holes. The other tires had just a ton of bite. They were quite a bit bigger, and the torque converter was giving me just one problem after another. So I ended up upgrading the driver pulley to the Juggernaut, and then I turned up the spring tension all the way on the driven pulley. I went down to 20-inch tires. I modified my snorkel. Before I had that corrugated tube. It was basically tube for like a sump pump, and I was only like 1.25 inches. That really builds a lot of velocity and kind of resistance for the engine, the carburetor. You have to pull that air all the way through that, that ribbed plastic. But it is important that we have a snorkel on this machine, because she goes through deep puddles and she goes through mud, and the way everything slings off of this, it'd be going straight into the carburetor if I had an air filter right there, basically anything else. So I upgraded this to, just rubber 2-inch plumbing fitting. It's a 2-inch smooth walled hose to 2.5-inch bend. This is for like that cut a piece off of like a cheap Honda Civic cold air intake. Got all the adapters, clamped it down through a filter on the front of that. So that's 2.5-inch down to 2-inch. All the way down to the carburetor. So it's nice, smooth walled. Air should be able to flow through there nice and smooth, maximize. So there's not any resistance on the intake side. So in theory, these couple of things should make a big difference. I should have more, throttle response, having better airflow, and I should have way better response from the torque converter. The Juggernaut delays the engagement till the RPMs are a little bit higher, and since this is a governor removed, mildly built, stage 1, stage 2-ish engine, she can spin a lot faster than just an out-of-the-box Predator. So I want to get it up into that power band before it engages, so it just really bites and gets the machine going, instead of I don't know, it just the factory Amazon torque converter wasn't doing the trick for me. The plate and everything, alignment, that's all beautiful. It's lined up beautiful. It's perfect. My gear ratio should be good enough. Maybe I could use a bigger sprocket on the axle, but I'm kind of stuck with that because it's welded, or at least the bracket that it bolts to is welded to the axle, and I haven't at least found split sprockets that don't take a proprietary hub. I don't think any. I haven't found it yet. One where I can actually replace that. And the splines of the axle, the axle has literally been welded to the hubs. So the hubs are stuck on So I kind of have what I have as far as that goes. As far as the parts that I've at least come across, my gear ratio is what it is. It's the smallest number 50 gear I can get on this. I had to make this. I had to cut apart a whole bunch of different things, and I had to make that sprocket. It's only a 10 tooth, but I'm kind of stuck with that. So that's why I resoluted to going down to the little bit smaller tires. These are 20 by 10 by 10s. The original tires that came on the cart were 21s. I put the 22s on. They just they're just too aggressive, and they're considerably heavier than these, and I don't know. So like I said, I got the Juggernaut and the belts the other day. I waited until I got the new tires because I didn't want subpar improvements. I want drastic improvements from one thing to another. So I just waited, and this will be the first test. So let's I don't know. Let's fire it up and see how this goes. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna throw you in the old hands-free contraption. Glued down a phone clamp to a hat. So if my angles aren't perfectly on, I apologize. Doing the best I can for camera work. Hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully everything's okay. So we're in run, choke. I think I got the idle set a little low. But it idles higher once it warms up, so I'll probably just leave it be and alright. You gonna idle? Oh, this sounds pretty good. With the header and the muffler, and it seems like it's a little throatier with the exhaust beefed up to the 2-inch. Definitely a mean looking machine. I know, nobody can deny that. It's pretty mean. Warmed up a little bit. I don't know, see what you can do. This doesn't make a difference. I gotta be honest with you, I'm gonna be really disappointed. Let's do the best I can, see if I can get this camera to tip up a little bit more so you're not looking at the ground. Definitely better. They're not crazy bottom end. Wow. Getting a little bit of belt creep. Like I said, it kind of idles up after it warms up. How warm is the clutch? Oh, not bad. Belt's not hot. The driven pulley's a little warm, but it's, you know, it's not burning my hand or nothing. No, that ain't bad. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and call that a win. I think it's done. I think it's ready for the girls. You know, and they're 100 pounds lighter than me. That's, if both of them were in there, that's about as fast as it would go if both of them were in there. I think we're good to go. Solar panel is working really good. What are the batteries sitting at right now? Can you see that? 13.7, 13.8, and there's mud all over the panels, and we're in indirect light. That's beautiful. Beautiful. It's taking good care of the battery. Clutch didn't overheat. We don't have any wear. I don't have, you know, no threads coming out of the belt. And I just ripped her pretty hard. The girls are not going to drive it as hard as I do. That's why I'm passing this one on to them. I just wanted to make sure it was reliable. Mine is going to end up getting these tires. I'm going to save the 22s for mine. And that is going to be mine. It's just a frame right now. I have a line on a 4x4 Polaris quad, a 600 Grizzly that needs a little bit of work, but the price is right on it. If I can pull this out. Doing this one-handed. It's just got a stupid boat captain's chair on it. Swiveling stupid captain's chair. It works. It's kind of the right height. That's coming off. Steering system, the angle, the bedangle is going to have to change. Everything's basically going to have to change. I'm going to go to a rack and pinion. And run some lines, take some measurements, square everything off, you know, find a center point here and square it all off and build blocking out here with bracketry, build that up, you know, make a pillar coming up likewise, so I can do, you know, full floating, double A-arm, independent suspension in the front, again with the rack and pinion. And if I can get my hands on this Grizzly, I'm gonna have some serious problems to work out as far as getting power to the front and back, but I want to do an all-wheel drive. I want to do an all-wheel drive, or, you know, four-wheel drive. I guess it could be selectable if I use the transfer case. I'm gonna have to look into gear ratios. If it can, be nice for it to just be all-wheel drive. You know, fishtails are fun and all that stuff, but you know, for going on dry pavement and just, you know, whatever. If it has to use the factory stuff and be selectable, then is what it is. You know, I don't know if it's drive shafts. I don't know if it's chains. I'm gonna have to get the machine first. Get the machine here, take it all apart, get all the plastics off of it, start cutting it apart, and you know, see the heart of it. I love quads, and it'd be fun to just keep it a quad, but man, I like having my ass a little bit lower to the ground and having a lower center of gravity, and having a roll cage up over me. Definitely coming up and over here with a complete roll cage, and gonna build a complete swing arm, you know, trailing arm system behind this. We'll just have to figure out where the engine's gonna land, you know, if it I don't know. We'll figure it out when I have the parts here. As it sits, this is the next project. I'm not gonna really go any further until I have a pile of parts, and we'll build this to suit that. Well, we're basically the only thing that's gonna stay is this frame, and the price was right on this. It was next to free. But it's sturdy. It's really sturdy. The square stock is really heavy duty stuff. It was welded pretty good. So this is a really good bones to start with. Pedals gone. Cables gone. Steering gone. Chair gone. But everything else is going to build up around this. And this is going to end up being insane. We'll see about the four-wheel drive. If it ends up getting too complicated, I don't want it to be unreliable. I want to be able to take this on cruises and go with rides, hit the trails with my girls. If I just got to go with the aggressive tires on the back and go with rear-wheel drive, you know, then that's what we'll do. If I can put all the power to the back, that'll be like redonkulous fast. A 600cc Polaris motor, you know, that's a good deal of horsepower. So that'll be fun. And then me and my girls can go for rides. The older two or even the younger one can handle this. You know, you don't have to floor it. I just choose to floor it. But anyways, thanks for watching. God bless you. And we'll see you next time.